My name is Kyle, but most people know me as Kotic Couture. And I'm a rapper. And then you're gonna cut to a shot of me on stage.
They don't wanna see wings spread, but I find it free. Trendsetter on these beats, and I do it with ease. Can't afford what I charge, so I do it for free. Can't nobody out there slay a
Every year, we apply to perform at Pride. It's like an application every year for like local performers. This was one of the years where I didn't apply. I was like, I'm not gonna apply to do Pride. I'm gonna just chill this year.
I feel like I seen like 5 of my husbands this weekend.
I have a question. Who you playing for, guys? You look over here. Let me check the phone. Okay, we going on.
Wait, what is that?
Smoke bombs. I ain't playing these fucking games. Listen, this is what I told you. You give a bitch like me an opportunity, I'm going to come through. I'm going to put on a show that you will not forget. And the bitches will gag.
I got an email one day saying that they wanted to book me and if I could provide them my phone number or whatever. So the booking agent hit me up and was like, yeah, we were going through different artists and we were given names of people that we had to book. Locally, people said this can't happen without you, this can't happen without TT. I looked at TT and DDM, these are people who are doing what I want to do. So instantly right there, I put a lot of pressure on myself for the performance.
I think you saw my family that was with me, the family watching over us. And we are going to shut down the stage. We pray that everybody hits every 8 count, every freestyle, every lyric. Ready to give them life, and this continues to open up doors for us throughout the year.
Amen.
Middle finger in the air to the rules. I'ma do what I want tonight. Oh, then I fit no better, but I'm young enough to live my life. We ain't worried about a 9 to 5. We'll sleep when the sun comes up. Bad boys, baby, we don't give a fuck. I'm a drunk out white wonder and
I think I just got in my head ultimately about the Pride show. I was overthinking a lot of things. It was the first time both the dancers was there together. Maybe they got together one other time and do a little bit of the choreography, but sound check isn't like a full rehearsal.
TikTok cross bitches like tic-tac. Better keep it cute for your crew is snatched. They don't love hip-hop to the famous one. Whack niggas of white bitches from VH1.
So, you kind of have to figure everything out. And
Hey, 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 hey. I'm a bougie bitch, I'm a bougie. I'm a bougie bitch for that bougie. I don't care. Yo, weed smoke, lean drop. Niggas bustin' hella glass. I get hella glass shot from my fire, quicker pop. Bad niggas that they gon' recycle. Take a backspace like I made a cycle. No exchange, no value higher. No return, no sales, no final. Is you mad cause you'll come up on a delay? And I be getting booked over like a replay. Damn, baby, maybe this ain't your market. Trying to be a tour, but you ain't even talking. Baltimore City, thank you. I go by the name of Kotic Couture. And this is what it looks like when you support your city and you let them drip in melanin, guys.
in the back of my mind, all I'm thinking about is it wasn't what I wanted it to be. But as a performer, you just have to keep that face on, like everything is good.
I think this was good. I think you should stop being so hard on yourself. I know it's hard to not be hard on yourself, but it had like nothing to do with you. Like you had energy, it wasn't a moment where you was like, your guests came out, they had energy. Shit, we was twerking so hard we forgot moves. So
now I look back and I know I was too hard on myself, but like in the moment it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. Nobody gets it. Nobody understands how hard creatives work for things. So it's really like, it's hard. Like it's a lot of days where you be like mad frustrated, or you mad depressed, or you just tired because you sending emails till 3 and 4 in the morning and you gotta be up for work at 6, or you just stressing about how you're gonna do something financially and you figuring out how you can cut corners, like, can I not eat for a couple days to get this outfit for this show? Or I'm gonna get paid $200 for this set and I got 6 people on stage with me, so everybody getting paid but me. And it's like, you stress about all those things and it's really hard managing those things, especially being in a city like Baltimore City where a majority of the city is under like the poverty line and these jobs don't want to pay you, and you kind of set up in this infrastructure where it's like you can't really get out. And on top of not being able to get out of a regular situation, you trying to achieve your dream on top of that. So it's extra stress. It's hella stressful, but as corny as it sounds, I wake up every day, and when I'm getting ready, I listen to like my favorite motivational speakers on YouTube. I just have like a playlist of things that just like cycle, because I learned a couple years ago that your mind is very powerful and you can attract things to come to you. So I just try not to focus about all the bad shit. I just have to know that I'm gonna get it.
I got Louboutin dreams. A basic motherfucker's nightmare. Look up at the billboards and picture my dance right there. And everything we dreamed about, visions we would make it out. Wasn't giving too much, the only option to get it now. Searching for gold that glitter, beyond the Park City limits. Chasing broken dreams, trying to cross the finish.
Sometimes I just like to write stuff to challenge my writing, and then I never do anything with the actual tracks. But I think as I got into crafting the project, it was definitely like let me show people a different side of me and like more of who I am as a person. Sometimes people see like me out at the Crown, or they see me on social media, and it's like that's a very controlled, like I get to control what I put out. Like what I put on Instagram, what I put on Facebook, I get to control what I put out. And I feel like sometimes people see me and when they interact with me, they think like, oh, like Couture is so perfect, or like I have my shit together, or don't nothing really be going on. And then I think sometimes people try to be like, oh, good shit happens for you because you like a good person or because you lucky. And I kind of wanted to make it seem like, don't make excuses for me. Like we on the same thing. Like I go through shit. I'm going through stuff right now. It's just the way that I kind of like deal with it. I guess I just wanted like a personal connection. Like I be going through shit too.
Hey Baltimore. So I've been performing these songs for a minute now. You probably don't know that if you just heard me, but you know, had an EP come out December 2016, been rocking some songs. Got in a really weird phase where I couldn't write, so I started doing like spoken word and stuff again. And I just have this song, it's like a stream of consciousness on a track. I just finished writing it. I'm gonna give you a little preview if that's cool. If I fuck up, don't judge me. It's called Purple Hearts.
I had wrote Purple Hearts, and that was the song that John from Babe City liked.
I wanna take some fireflies bringing up the darkness within me. I wonder if the Llama still living in New York City. And do they still tease for wearing play white tees? See your knees like you was about to crank SBs.
The whole song was finished, but I just remember only having like the first little bit of it memorized, so I just did like a snippet of it. But that was the first thing I had recorded, and then he kind of came up to me and was like, you know, we'd like to work on a project with you, if you like. So I kind of just took other songs that I had scrapped, and then I just produced the rest of them and made the album from there.
If I could take your darkness, man, I would've tried my hardest. But something got the grip and it pulled you back like harness. Refuse to let the tarnish your perfect image, 'cause we all
I already have a relationship with Ryan. We understand each other, and I like how he works. So I knew that when I was doing the project, there was no question like I was going to Moose House. As far as the collaborators, they were people I admired. LaVon I knew because she used to perform at the Paradox and other parties and stuff that we would do when we were coming up. Yeah. It sounds great. It's the first one, if you just want to hit the Will I Find My Love, the Will I Find Myself, and then the other one is the Will I Find My Love. Other than that, I love it. So I like sent her a real humble Instagram message. I really love your voice. I have these songs that I'm working on. Like I really think that your voice would sound great on them. Like if you're open to it, da da da. And she just wrote back like, yeah, I love your stuff. I would love to. So it's like, cool. Let's go. And then it's just Will I Find My Love on the single.
Single, right?
Bitch, it sounded like a single now. Single option, it is. Grammy speech was a single option too, but now.
So you better get a crack at it.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, we need a board meeting.
Okay, we need a vision board, bitch. I wasn't ready for this. Will I find my love? I always wanted to be a singer, but I can't sing. So like, I know what I want, but I can't do it. So when I know that people
It don't matter. It's whatever's more comfortable.
can do things, it's easy. That's why Grammy speech was so easy to do, to have like Vendaya and Rovo and Levon in a room, because I'm like, these are all people who can do things that I need done.
Right, because I kind of had it as a template, but I kind of figured when we got here, it would probably be a different
It's definitely
vibe.
going to be more of like, yeah, whatever you feeling.
Yeah.
That was before we knew anything about recording, and we was working with engineers
No,
who was making us do shit we didn't want to do.
So, I want to hear it, like, obviously, like, one time through. And then if I need the second time, I'll just save it. So.
All right, perfect. Headphones are here. Your volume is here if it gets too loud or too quiet. And then I'll have him play it so you can just hear it over here, or do you want to sit there and listen to it? It's up to you.
I can hear it through here.
Okay. Perfect.
Like Rovo having the ear being like, yes, that arrangement sounds good there. And Vendaya being like, oh, well, what if I did this here? And then when I hear other people do things, I get inspired.
So how much are you going to try to get done tonight?
Yes, Fearless. The rest of the project. So she's about to lay down As I Dream. Rovo's gonna put vocals on Grammy speech. And I need to do the intro, which is just like a cappella spoken word. And the project is done. So then I have to submit it and everything. Only thing left is to shoot the cover and approve the track list and art. That's it.
As I dream, oh, I'm trying to be what's inside of me. As I
You can't surpass what is classic. Put me in the mix, I already got it mastered.
I just want you, when you come in, to just like come in stronger. Feel real comfortable with it. But it sounds good how you laid it down. It was the magic of the room, like being in the right place in the right time, and like being comfortable in that environment enough to be like, hey, let's see if this works. And if it don't, we can scratch it. But if it does, we're going to keep it. Okay. It's already recording? Okay, my poetry skills. I found serenity in you. For the first time in my life, I felt ways about myself that I had never felt. I promised myself, as the librarian of my heart, I would never allow it to be rented, because sometimes people check out books and leave them on the shelves, never returning them and ignoring their existence. I thought if I never lended my heart to anyone, I wouldn't have to deal with heartbreak. I lied to myself. Something about the way that you looked at me made me open up like a flower in bloom. It made me forget the last dude who planted a seed and forgot to water it. You made me fall in love with myself because I finally felt worthy of someone else. And when you look at me, somewhere in between this socially constructed binary, it's hard to find someone who wants to be with you, who wants to be seen with you, who sees you for you and who gets it. And I'll admit it's my fault for getting a little ahead of myself, for hoping years after being exposed to toxic relationships, I would find something that allowed me to smile without forcing it. I see something in your eyes when you look at me. But right now, I don't know what to believe. I'm just looking for somewhere to give all this love that I don't know how to give myself. And you seem like a promising home. That's the intro of the album. And it's going to be the intro of the web series, I'm sure.